Hello guys, welcome back to Tech Projects. I am back with another video of Java series. So this is day 3 of Java series and in this video we are going to explore about switch case. We will see how to use switch case with integer, with strings, and also we will create a calculator. So everything about switch case we are going to learn in this video. So don't skip the video and watch the video till end. And if you don't watch the day 1 and day 2, then I would recommend you watch the day 1 and day 2 if you want to learn some basics. So don't further delay. Now let's start the video and see what is switch case in Java. And one more thing, if you don't subscribe our channel, then please subscribe the channel for Java series, for Android project and web development project. And also you can visit my Telegram channel for free courses, internship and webinar updates daily. And also you can follow me on Instagram for regular coding content. So all links provided in description. So now let's start the video. So first of all, for doing the coding, simply open your Eclipse or you can open any ID, it is your choice. Now we have to create a new project or we can say Java project. So if you don't know how to create Java project, then I recommend you simply watch the day 1. So click on file and then click on new. Then simply select Java project and give any project name. So you can give any project name. I simply give here switch and then click on finish. Now right click on SRC, then new, and then simply you have to create a class. Now you can give any class name. I simply give here switch class. Switch tutorial is better, I think, switch tutorial, and click on finish. Now you can see our class is created successfully. Now inside this, if we want to make our program workable, then I have to create main method. And if you don't know why I have to create main method, then watch the day 1. So simply click here public static void. Inside this simply pass string, then arguments, then take 2 curly braces, and now we are ready to write the code. So before writing any code, first I want to show, or we can say first I want to tell the difference between switch and if else condition. So basically switch is used to perform certain kind of operation. Let us suppose you have some cases, like let us suppose you declare an integer and you want user enter some number in that integer. So you want to perform some particular thing on some particular integer. So on that time you can use switch case. So switch is only applicable whenever you have only 10 to 20 cases, and which is specific cases. Now there is a confusion between switch case and also if else. You can also perform the same task with switch. So you have to understand when to use switch and when to use if else. So let us suppose I want to create a calculator. So I have to create a menu, enter 1 for addition, enter 2 for subtraction, enter 3 for division, and enter 4 for multiplication. And you can also perform this same thing with if else. If a equal 1, then I have to perform addition. If a equal 2, then I have to, a is just an integer, and then if a equal 2, then I have to perform subtraction. If a equal 3, then I have to perform multiplication. So here you can see I can perform the same work using switch and also with if else. So now when to use switch and when to use if else. So let us suppose you want to find a number, whether it is a positive number, negative number, or 0 number. So in that case you have to use if else. So if number greater than 0, then you have to print positive. If number less than 0, then you have to print negative. But you can't pass this kind of condition in switch case. You can simply specify the condition like this is 0, this is 1, but you can't able to write whole condition like greater than symbol, less than symbol in switch case. So this is one difference. Now the second difference between if else and switch is that switch case is applicable only for integer and as strings, but you can use if else for float, integer, char. So there are lots of other things. So switch case is applicable only for string and integer. So this is second difference. So and third difference is the execution. You can perform in switch case, everything can be executed until the break keyword is not found. So once the condition is get true inside switch, every other condition, or we can say every other case, can be executed if the break keyword is not found anywhere in the code. But inside if else, the if block executed only once, or the else block, otherwise it not going to execute the whole code. So it does not matter whether the break is present inside if else or not. So this is some differences. You must know when to use switch and when to use if else. So hope you understand. Now let's see how to create a program with switch case. So first of all, I have to simply take an integer from user. So for this taking an integer, I have to declare the object of scanner class. So simply type here scanner, then sc, then new, then scanner. So if you don't know what is this, then I recommend you watch the day 1. Then inside this I have to pass system.in. Now it's showing error because it does not import the scanner class. So take your cursor here and simply click on import scanner. So you can see now the error is gone. Now let's see first how to work with switch case with integer. So first of all, I simply type here system.out.println. Then inside this I simply type here enter any number. So you can store this number in any variable. So first add a semicolon, then I simply declare a variable n, then I have to store this number inside n, sc.next int. So this is fine. So the number which is entered by the user inside store inside our n variable. Now we have to use switch case. So first of all, if we want to use switch case, then I have to simply use a keyword which is switch, and inside this, inside bracket, you have to pass your variable name, or we can say the parameter name. So if I want to switch the integer of n, then I have to simply pass here n, because I want to create cases according to n. In just 1 minute you will easily understand what I try to say. Then take two curly braces. This is the syntax of switch. Now inside this you have to simply type here cases, which is equivalent cases when you want to perform something if something match happen. So let us suppose I simply, for integer you have to simply use the case keyword, then your case condition. So if I type here case 1, then you have to simply take colons, and after this you can perform any operation which you want. I simply perform a println line, but you can perform any operation. So inside this I can simply press a message here, you enter 1. Now add a semicolon here. Now let's create a case 3. So system.out.println, inside this I simply type here you enter 4. Then create one more case. So come down first, and here I simply type here case 4. So you don't need to think this is the sequential order. You can type any case according to your own need. It is your choice completely. I simply type here 1 3 4, but you can type anything. It is your choice. System.out.println, and I am going to explain everything once after the code is running, so don't worry. First simply type the code with me, and here I simply type here you enter 4, then semicolon, and I have to type here 3 not 4, sorry for this mistake. And now at last I have to simply give a default condition. If any of the condition is not matched, then I want to run the default condition. So it is completely depend on you whether you want to pass default condition or not. So default is for like if any of the operation does not match, or we can say if any of the condition does not match, then you want to perform an certain operation. This is just like a else block. So if you are using the if else ladder, then if a condition match, then it is fine. If it is not matched, then you want to simply execute the else block. So hope you understand what is default. So I simply type here default. This is default keyword and whatever you want to print. So I simply type here system.out.println, and I give the message here you enter something which I don't know. Now let's see how this code is going to work. So first of all, I have to click on run button to show you. So it's a error exists. So this is the error. I don't add a semicolon here. Now press on run button. So you can see this statement is executed successfully, enter any number. So I have declared 3 cases, case 1, case 3, case 4. So what is this 1 3 4? This is the value of n which I want to be matched. So this is just I want to simply change the value of n. If the n value is equivalent to 1, then I want to perform this. If the n value is equivalent to 3, then I want to perform this. If the n value is 4, then I want to perform this, and otherwise I simply want to perform you enter something which I don't know. So this is just a values which I want to perform any condition if something matched. So let us suppose I simply type here, I simply enter the number 3. So if I press enter, you can see I get the output you enter 3, you enter 4, and you enter something which I don't know. So why it print all 3 lines? So whenever the condition is get match, be remember this line, whenever the condition get match inside our switch case, it executed the whole code until the break keyword is not found. You can see I don't add any break. The number 3 matched here, the number 3 is not matched here, so it doesn't print the you enter 1, but the number 3 is matched here. That's why it print the whole code until the break keyword is not found. So hope you understand why it print you enter 3, you enter 4, you enter something which I don't know. So let us suppose I want run this program again. I simply enter 1. So you can see you enter 1, you enter 3, you enter 4, which is something I don't know. Now again run this program, and let's suppose if I enter 10 this time, so this is not case present inside our switch case, so automatically the default case is going to run, and you can see you enter something which I don't know. So this is fine. Now this is switch case without break keyword. So if you want to add break, then you have to simply click and type here break keyword, then semicolon. So what is this break keyword? Break keyword help to terminate the program whenever the condition get matched inside our switch block. So simply add a break everywhere wherever you want. So I simply type here break, and I type the default keyword at last, so you don't need to type any break here, but you can also type, it is your choice, but you don't need to type this. Then I run this program again. Now let's see if the condition is get matched, then what happens. So let us suppose if I enter 1, so you can see if I enter 1, you can see I get the output you enter 1 because the condition matched here, and I simply switch the value of n and I get the output of you enter 1. Then I simply break the code, and after breaking the code execution is come outside from this switch case, and everything is going to work flow after this. So hope you understand how to work switch case with an integer. Now let's see how to work switch case with the strings. So for working with string, first of all I have to simply declare a variable of string type, string str send semicolon. Now simply I give a message here, system.out.println, and inside this I simply give a message enter any string, then semicolon. Now I want to store that string inside our str variable. So for taking the string from user, I have to use str.next. So this is fine. So if we want to take integer from user, then I have to use next int, and if I want to take the string from user, then I have to use sc.next. Now I have to simply switch the string. So you have to pass that variable. Above I pass n because I want to switch the value of n, and here I simply pass str because I want to traverse the string, or we can say I want to match the condition with my strings. Then take two curly braces. Now inside this you can create any cases, it is your choice. So I simply type here case 1. This is our case 1, and inside this I want to match the string. So you can't able to match the string with integer b. Remember this thing, if you try to match here case 1, then it is not going to work and it is going to show error. So because this is string type variable, so you have to also pass here string. So I simply give any first string Brijesh, and then this is fine. Now you have to simply add a colon. Now after this you can perform any operation, it is your choice. So system.out.println, and inside this I simply type any message you enter Brijesh, then semicolon. Now you can break the keyword, but let me type first, then I will add break keyword. Then the second string is Rahul. Then I want to perform a condition, system.out.println you enter Rahul. One more thing I want to tell you. So just after writing the code, one important thing I am going to tell you, so don't skip the video here. Then I simply add a default here. So I simply type here system.out.println you enter something different. So this is fine. Now first comment this code because I don't want to run this code again and again. So /* and //. Now press on run button. So it say me to enter any string. So let us suppose if I enter Brijesh, so you can see I get the all output Brijesh, Rahul, and you enter something different because I don't add any break here. So one more thing I want to tell you, the important thing is that you can also add a case after default. It is not compulsion, or we can say it is not compulsory to add the default case at last. You can also add one more case after the default keyword. So that's why if you are adding default case at last, then you don't need to add any break. But if you adding default case at in between the code, or we can say between the cases, then you need to add break. So I simply take one more string Anjali, type this, and then I simply type here system.out.println you enter Anjali, then semicolon. So let's run this program. So you can see if I enter something which is not going to match, let us suppose I simply enter random string, you can see you enter something different and you enter Anjali because I don't add any break here. So it will execute the whole code until the break keyword is not found. So now let's add a break everywhere, wherever you want. So break also here, break also here, break also here, and also break also here. Now run this code and let's see now how it is going to work. So if I enter string Rahul, so you can see you enter Rahul. So this is just a simple demo how to work with switch case with string also. Now let's comment this code also. And now we have to create a calculator project, small calculator project in Java. So for this, first of all, I simply take two lines here, system dot. One more thing I want a suggestion from you. If you feel any difficulty while watching this series, or if you have any problem and if you want to give any suggestion regarding to this series, then you can leave your comment in comment section and I will try to improve this series. Just my one motive is to make you familiar with Java before moving on OOPS concept. So if you support me, then I will also try to make more and more videos on Java series. So now we have to create a calculator. So first I simply give a heading here, system.out.println, then take two quotes, and after this I simply take a space here, then I simply type here calculator. then add a space here, then semicolon. Now after this I simply want to underline this, so I simply take system.out.println, then I simply take 2 equals, then semicolon. So this is fine. Now for performing the calculation, first of all we need 2 number from user, so I have to simply take the float type values. So I want to store the number inside our m, then comma n. So these are just 2 variables of float type to store the number which is entered by the user, and also a variable r to store the result. So now we have to simply display a message system.out.println enter first number. Then I have to take the float type from user, so I have to simply use m equal sc dot next float. So for taking integer I have to use next int, for taking string I have to simply use next, and for taking float I have to use next float, then semicolon. Now simply display again a one line system.out.println, and I simply pass here enter second number, then semicolon. So I have to store this number inside our n variable, and sc dot next float, then semicolon. Now I have to simply display a menu, enter 1 for addition, enter 2 for subtraction. So system.out.println, then inside this I simply type here 1, enter 1 for addition. Then I use \n to change the line. Then second line is and enter 2 for subtraction. So this is fine. Now add a semicolon here. Now you can simply copy this line to print this line again. Control C copy and Control V paste. So this is our third condition. This is just a headings. Enter 3 for multiplication. So I simply type here multiplication, and I simply remove it by 1. So this is fine. Now this is our fourth case. So enter 4 for division. Now let us suppose user enter any number, then I have to store that number inside our any variable. So I simply declare a variable of int operation type. So I simply give the variable name o, then semicolon. I have to store that number inside our o variable. So sc dot nextInt, this is just for integer type, because I can't traverse the switch case using float. I have to simply take an integer. So this is fine. Now I have to switch the o variable, switch o, then take 2 curly braces, and inside this I have to simply match the case. So if case equal 1, then what is mean? It mean then user want to perform addition. Then so if case is equivalent to 1, then I have to perform the addition, because I simply display message enter 1 for addition, enter 2 for subtraction. So hope you understand. So if case equal 1, then I have to simply store the result inside our r variable. R is equals to m plus n. Then I have to simply display the result system.out.println, and inside this I have to simply pass the result. So the addition is, so the addition of, then I have to concatenate the string. So come outside from the quotes, and then I want to display the number which is m, then simply take 2 quotes plus again to concatenate the string, then again quotes. Inside this I simply pass and, then plus, then n. I want to show the value of n variable, then again take 2 quotes, then is, then and close the quotes. I forget to add here plus here to concatenate the string. So you have to add plus on the both side after the variable and before the variable. Then I have to simply show the result of r variable which is contained in r, then semicolon. And now after this I have to simply break this. Now what you can do, you can simply copy this code, Control C copy, paste. So I simply paste it 4 times. So this is fine. Now you can see it show an error because I can't use the multiple same type of duplicated cases inside a single switch case. So hope you understand. So this is case 2. If user enter 2, then I want to perform subtraction. So this is minus, and I simply display here subtraction of m and n is r. Now this is our case 3. It means user want to perform multiplication, though, so the multiplication of, and also make change here. This is case 4. So this is the division, and also you have to make change here to change it by division operator. And at last you have to simply add a default and simply give a message system.out.println, and I simply give the message operation doesn't exist. So let's check this code. So press on run button. So you can see this is calculator, enter first number. Let us suppose I enter 5, then enter second number, I enter 8. So enter 1 for addition, 2 for subtraction, 3 for multiplication. Let us suppose I enter 3. So if I enter 3, you can see the multiplication of 5 and 8 is 40. So you can see our program is working fine. Let us suppose now check it again. I enter 2 and second number I enter 4. This time I want to perform division. So the division of 2 and 4, because 2 is small, so the division of 2 and 4 is 0.5. Now let's run this last time. So if I enter 4 then 6, then I simply add a random case like 7. So 7 does not exist, so I get the message operation does not exist. So this is all for this video. In this video I try to explain how to work with switch case using integer, using string, and also how to create a simple, or we can say normal calculator in Java. So hope you get familiar in this video how to work with switch case. So if you have any query, you can comment down below, and also you can subscribe my Telegram channel to get the free courses on Java, and there are lots of other programming languages. So thank you for this video, and if you have any query, you can comment down below. I try to give the answer of every comment. Please like the video and share the video with your friend. So thank you. See you soon in next amazing video of Java series. So thank you. See you soon.